Ring a ding 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 dong. What? This shit working? Beep boop. Ring ding dong. Ring a ding 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 dong. Get your dings. Get your dings dogged. Yeah.
Whatever we do, change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our Imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rapidly? Will we learn to speak the world with humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
I wonder what is happening today in the world of human beings, and if it's all going to come forward, or if it's just going to be another science. Now, argument that I'm making is when we evaluate tactics, strategies, and actions, the question we ask is, can we create a more horizontal distribution of power or not? I don't know if we can save the world. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know what the future holds. But at least we can act in accordance with our consciousness now, no matter what they tell us or what we do. We can still live in something that's entirely new. Right? Is that how that goes? I don't know. I've heard it enough times. I feel like I should have it ingrained into my brains. Lynchy, where you at? You over there? You staying in your little bed? What's going on with you over there? I love you. Poopy. Anyways, hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I'll be your host. My name's Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. Okay? And probably more of a turd these days anyways, depending on who you're talking to, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. It's a new year. It's a new you. What are you doing? Hopefully pretty well. It's the second day of the new year, and we got questions, man. We got the questions. There was some, what do you call those things? Oh, yes, terrorist attacks. There was a terrorist attack that happened in multiple places yesterday, not even just in the United States, but locations across the globe. And a lot of people seem to think that Islamic terrorism and ISIS are the main players here in certain kind of ways, but maybe in I don't know, a kind of new interesting way. We got all these guys that I guess are trying to create a more horizontal distribution of power, as it were. Uh, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going too well for them. At the same time, I feel like we're in a strange place. We've gotten new information that's come up about the attackers and the various challenges that we had yesterday, like the New Orleans terrorist attack, where we've gotten even more information about the family, the attacker, what he was doing, his recordings apparently about how much he wanted to be a part of ISIS and inside of them because he was like gay for ISIS or something like that. I don't know. And then we had even more information finally released. We found out at the tail end of the show yesterday what the name of the guy that burned alive in the Cybertruck, right? Because we don't know if that was a terrorist attack or not. He might have accidentally just pulled the Cybertruck up there and then, been smoking a blunt in his Cybertruck because, he was cyber cool. And then he flipped it back and then accidentally exploded all those fireworks and shit after he shot himself. Anyways, yeah, that whole situation seems a whole lot. It just seems crazier. And then it looks like Elon Musk and a bunch of his taint-licking orbiters have decided to use this victory of the Cybertruck apparently still being sort of intact to say that it's the most indestructible IED-proof vehicle out there, which is complete hogwash. Because I don't know about you, I remember looking in the back of that Cybertruck after they put it out, and I definitely saw a VP Fuel racing can and a couple of kerosene cans that most definitely did not look exploded very much. You know what I'm saying? It looked like those were the things that had the accelerant in them, and even then they didn't explode. So, obviously the Cybertruck wasn't going to explode. But what the fuck ever? So at least we can at least say hello to some people out there in the chat. Like Austin 108. I like Austin 108. He's got a green name because he sends me money. That's why his name is green, because that means money. And in my brain, I got to be like, oh, money, neuron activation. I like ye. So, yes, we like Austin 108. Thanks for being here with us. My friend, always a pleasure. What is up to no one here yet? In your stupid eyeballs, nice to see you out there. Better send me some money soon. Anyways, what's up to FOMO TV? You also throwing in the eyeballs? What you stealing J.R. Riggs and the boys and shit, bro? Anyways, nice to see you around, bro. Have a seat you on. How's it going to Pixel Pixie? Nice to see you with the little heart eyes. Welcome back. Hopefully you're having a good day. We got Miss Virginia Olsen. Very nice to see you. She's one of those old ladies that be hanging out over watching the Defango show. I don't know why, but you know what? She at least has a good time here, and we have a good time with her here. So we appreciate you being here. And she's also a member, because I can see that she's got the blue name, but it would be green because she got the little thing next to it. So, yeah. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate you, Virginia Olsen. What's going on there, F. Scott? Maybe we'll spark the jazz cabbage or whatever. I got a new torch. I had to go get a new torch. This one's fucking crazy. You're like, ah! Wait. Ah! But look. So I could be like welding. That's not even how high it goes. Although I got to be careful with this thing around my TV. I burned my last TV because of one of these things. Yeah, bro. I can make so many fucking... What is it? I can make so many creme brulees. You don't even fucking know, bitch. Speaking of creme brulee, what's going on to CV? How you doing out there? Yeah. Hopefully you're making your way back. I've received all of your frantic emails. Most of that probably going to be helpful at some point, but we should have an answer for those people tomorrow. And if they don't like it, well, I don't know. According to the multiple sources that I've talked to, in certain aspects, it says that we really shouldn't answer until we're ordered to go before the court. But, I mean, we could file an answer, and then we're just going to be kind of scathing. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. What is up to Mr. Blacksmith? Nice to see you. Hopefully you're well today, Mr. He booted himself if he lit it. Yes, nice to see you. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. So, yeah. Nice to see you new peeps out there. Do a little bit of shout-outs for the folks that decided to show up and, say what's up in the chat. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And I also see that we got a new subscriber. What the hell? 6 minutes ago, somebody named Dex, bro. Dex, welcome to the channel, bitch. Welcome to the fucking Griftcast, motherfucker. Send me money now. I like money. Anyways, that's not what the show's about. Only ironically, that's what the show's about. What the show's about is usually what the fuck is happening in the day. And, yeah, the happenings, well, they're like this, right? You got the New Orleans shooter, Mr. Dinjabar, I guess is what we're going to be calling him. And, yes, CNN and various other news outlets have reported that the attacker was discussing his plans to kill his family and join ISIS in chilling recordings. Wow. I mean, they're just pulling out. I don't know where these videos are from, but what they said is that in a series of videos, the man responsible for the deadly terrorist attack in New Orleans discussed planning to kill his family and having dreams that helped him and inspired him to join ISIS, according to multiple officials and sources that were briefed in the situation. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. So if you look at it, we're going to see, what? Dude. And this is Samsudin Jabbar, the 42-year-old who drove the Ford Lightning pickup truck through a crowd of revelers on Bourbon Street, killing 14 people and injuring dozens more. And, there's been a lot of videos that have been posted about that, and none of them are good. I mean, it's just way too easy for somebody to get into a vehicle and create mayhem, as it were. Right, especially when you're in these very public areas. And I mean, is this a positive for the 15-minute cities that the globalists want to put together? Maybe, but it's just, at this point, it's like, yeah, ban cars because, this guy didn't even use a gun, and he killed a whole lot of people. Whole lot of people. And some would say that's actually more than what you usually see in those locations where somebody's actually using a gun. So, should we ban trucks now? Should we ban Cybertrucks? Should we ban them? I don't think so. That's not America, but, obviously, it's very interesting to just kind of point out there is that the normal heated rhetoric about gun control has been very missing from the conversation. And, there's not too many people that are talking any shit about trucks either in that particular persuasion, but I feel like it's actually representative of who I am if I were to just bring up that counterpoint for all of you to just wallow in there for a little bit of a second. You know what I mean? What up? Oh shit! What up, Miss Hayes? Why do you call yourself Miss Hayes? Is because you always smoking all that ganja? You always fucking. Are you that girl that walks out of your house and there's just like a fucking steam cloud behind you? But no, that's not steam. It's weed smoke. Because you're like. And then you walk out the door all cool, like, why? Why would anybody do that? I don't know. It's just what I thought in my brain. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's my show. I do what I want. Suck it. Whatever. So, even CNN's probably having a little bit of issue here for figuring out how somebody went from a proud military veteran who was married and apparently doing good in life for him all of a sudden to get divorced and just become, well, a completely different guy. Did he see the Lord in some kind of way? Did the Sharia law touch him in his short and curlies? I don't think that we're really ever going to get an answer. I mean, I haven't seen any of the alleged videos that they have proclaimed exist out there about this, but, what they have said is that he was a well-tempered individual who was slow to anger, which is kind of crazy. Right? And that's what they said in an interview with his brother, Abdur Jabbar, who was age 24. And they also talked to Rahim Jabbar, age 65, about this particular individual. Here, they said that his older brother was spoken to almost daily for the last year and a half, and he thought he had made a mistake when his relative first told him that Jabbar had been identified as the subject, but then he saw his brother's face plastered on the news, and the brothers just said that they were raised Muslim and regularly attended mosque on Friday nights while growing up, and Jabbar never spoke about ISIS or showed any signs of radicalization. He never shared anything like that or of that nature with me. He understood what it meant to be Muslim. It wasn't this tragedy, it was a complete opposite. That's what's puzzling to us. He wasn't going through something that we knew of. So the family doesn't seem to believe or understand that there was any type of connection to ISIS. I mean, is that true or false? I don't know. I feel like it might have came up, but I don't live there. I don't really know. But particularly, the family members are saying that it seems to be some kind of shock and it's puzzling to them, right? Puzzling to them? Yeah, feels a little puzzling. I don't know why it would feel puzzling to these individuals, but then again, who really knows? For a guy that served in the Army for apparently more than a decade as a human resource specialist and an information technology specialist on active duty between March of 2007 and January of 2015, and he was even deployed to Afghanistan once from February of 2009 to January of 2010. And the spokesperson of the Army is the person that actually brought that information up. And they said after he left active duty January of 2015, Jabbar served in the Army Reserve until 2020 when he left the service as a staff sergeant. So, yeah, that is a very long career in the military, as it were, regardless of if he went into the reserves or not. How does somebody just in the Army for this fucking long and nobody ever figured anything out, nobody ever saw anything? I mean, how does this happen? It just seems very weird, honestly. Yeah, and it does sound like a whole lot like Vegas, right? It sounds like somebody went somewhere, somebody got really quickly radicalized, MK Ultra, and they just decided to change it over. But then again, I've never really seen ISIS and some of these other, Islamists having these types of operations. I mean, it seems completely different in how they do their stuff. I mean, sure, they brainwash people with a completely different method, and it just doesn't seem like this is something that could have happened without, some type of push, and nobody around the guy is really discussing what the push could have possibly have been, which I think is very, very strange for a guy that was in the military, right? And this is a thing that seems to be in connection with all of the other attackers in the United States, at least, that have been arrested and stopped, as it were. Well, I mean, technically they didn't stop this guy. They didn't really stop the Cybertruck guy, but they definitely stopped the guy with the bomb by the train, which almost nobody seems to have talked about, but I've only ever seen one little thing on it. So it's like, not only were there 2 attacks, there was actually in the United States probably 3 or 4, 2 of which that they didn't really even talk about. And some of it was happening even later, and maybe where people were just trying to glam onto stuff. I don't know. But let's see. They do say that Mr. Jabbar had divorced twice in court documents. His first wife had sued him over child support in 2012 after he filed a divorce, and he was ordered to pay increasing amounts over the years as his income grew, and the case was finally dismissed in 2022. And in 2020, Jabbar's second wife filed a restraining order against him in their divorce case, and it mandated Jabbar refrain from threats, physical harm, or stipulated behavior against his ex-wife or their children, and required her to avoid the same behavior. So, yeah, kind of very, very weird, if you ask me. What's up, Spaldo? Nice to see you. Yeah. What's up, Spaldo? Nice to see you. Weird, man. And then they said that he had run-ins with the law in Harris County. He pleaded guilty to misdemeanor theft between $50 and $500 in September of 2002. And in 2015, he pled guilty to charges relating to driving under the influence, otherwise known as DWI or DUI, while serving at Fort Bragg, the North Carolina military base, now known as Fort Liberty, according to court documents. Interesting. The documents revealed that Jabbar was under the influence of an impairing substance in November of 2014 and recorded a blood alcohol level over the legal limit. They also showed that he was driving with an open container of alcoholic beverage after he had consumed the alcohol, and he was charged with the level 5 DWI, the least severe offense in Northern Carolina, and that actually suspended his license. He was placed on probation for 12 months, fined $200, and had to do 24 hours of community service. Yeah, just look at that guy. Yeah, totally doesn't look like a terrorist or whatever, Maybe he just heard a bunch of terrorist jokes like the entire time he was in the military, and then he just fucking snapped. Because, just look at that face. You don't think that they would have been saying all that shit to him? Because I would have. I totally would have. I'd have been roasting this fucking guy every single day. I'd have been calling him Ahmed and all this other shit. And I know that his name is already fucking fucked up, but that's why it's funnier when you call him like an easier but still be at least their name, because, it's funny because it's racist. Right? It's funny because it's racist. Right? Things are racist, and it's also funny. Whatever. Now, everybody was drawing attention to the fact that the attackers seemed to really like electric trucks, right? Both attackers or individuals seemingly rented their cars from Turo and then decided that they were going to go commit some attacks, even though they didn't really make any type of argument as to it, which just makes it even stranger. But then again, you're talking about, like, damn, son, like I've told you guys before, I work on the AI on a daily basis, right? Like, they make me go update parts and change things out in certain areas of the thing from time to time. And honestly, this reminds me of some like person of interest type shit where these people are getting radicalized, but they're not even getting radicalized by a person. They're getting radicalized by like some type of AI situation. And thinking about it, like, they're renting all these guys are very strange. They're in the military. They're fucking renting cars and shit off of applications, all stuff that, a computer could basically walk you through or understand the process for getting you through it. I mean, shit's nuts, bro. Like, they could really be doing some super insane, crazy shit where, they're sending these people messages, radicalizing them through their phones and stuff. And then, all they really need is the phone to keep them rolling. And then you got guys like Elon Musk that are trying to get brain chips in there so they can directly interface your brain with the AI. Yeah, nobody sees a fucking problem with this. Huh. Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Now, they say that Jabbar picked up his truck on December 30th before driving it from Houston to New Orleans the following day. Interesting. And honestly, his neighbor asked him if he needed help moving or helping him out. Did he need help moving things around? And he said he was just loading light handheld items into the truck and took off. Very, very crazy. And even CNN seems to be making that connection that, well, yes, this guy rented from Turo, and so did the dude from Vegas. He also rented a Turo car and tried to go commit some type of atrocity. At least that's what the word on the street is. But even then, his story gets even stranger the more you dive into it, right? Like, I don't know, man. It seems a bit strange to me. And obviously, we don't look at CNN as like the bastion of truth and justice, okay? But at the same time, if we go look at this, think about this, dude. The Cybertruck guy, right? The Cybertruck bomber, as everybody is calling him now, stopped 8 times to charge a Cybertruck. This is based on the information that they pulled up here. This dude drove from Denver, Colorado, through Las Vegas, New Mexico, through Albuquerque, Gallup, Holbrook, Flagstaff, Kingman, all the way up into Las Vegas, having to charge a Cybertruck 8 times. And, I mean, he went from Denver, Colorado. What's in Denver, Colorado? What's going on in Denver, bro? Dude, Denver, Colorado, Illuminati base, dude. Have you seen the Denver airport, man. Have you seen the Denver airport murals, man? Do you understand that there's tunnels under the side? The Denver airport. It's where the traffic at them. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But yeah, dude from Denver, Colorado, where the creepy Illuminati weird fucking airport is with the horseman guy. Just pointed that out. Made a long way all the way to Vegas. And then the question really becomes is how come he went that way? Like, how come he didn't drive through Utah? Because I'm pretty sure, he could have made less stops if he would have driven through Utah. Although the spot between Grand Junction and Beaver would probably be pretty difficult because there's not actually that many charging stations in Utah. Yeah. So what does that even mean? I don't know, man. All I know is that it's not the only Cybertruck that had an issue, actually. It was reported that a Cybertruck actually caught fire on New Year's Eve in DeKalb County, Georgia. And the attorneys actually think it's because the battery went up. And I just wanted to point out here, like the Tesla battery actually went up in the Tesla. And that car got way more fucked up.
Goes up in flames. This is really incredible video when you look at this. You could.
Everybody's trying to say that the other Tesla or the other fucking Tesla was like an IED of some kind, but like just the fireworks went off in the back of the truck, and then basically the dude burned alive because the Tesla just locked the doors and wouldn't open up. And at the same time, on the very same day in a completely different area, oh look at that!
You can see that entire back of the truck is discolored. The tires are even melted. Firefighters tell us this was on a car lot in DeKalb County, and they think the fire could have started with a battery. The truck goes up in flames. This is really incredible video when you look at this. You can see that entire back of the truck is discolored. The tires are even melted. Firefighters tell us this was on a car lot in DeKalb County, and they think the fire could have started with a battery.
Yeah, not a good week for Elon Musk or Tesla, because just looking at that one, yeah, I guess it could have been a lot worse, right? Maybe somebody just wasn't being able to, somebody didn't set up their IED very well, right? It kind of almost defeats the thing that the second guy was actually some kind of attacker at all, What if he was just driving down? You know what I'm saying? And then, he pulls up to Trump Tower, and then the AI fucking locks the doors, and then turns on the heater, sets off all the fucking stuff, burns this dude alive, and then they're like, yes, now we can show that terrorist attacks are happening anywhere. My Jewish overlords are going to be so happy! Yes. You guys are like, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean, Defango? What do you mean, Defango? Yeah. Well, they're saying, at least the Daily Beast is saying, that the suspected Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber, they say suspected Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber because, as more information seems to be coming out, according to them, they're saying that he was a big Trump supporter, actually. He was a Green Beret, enlisted in the United States Army as a teenager, huge fan of the president-elect, and then Matthew Livisberger apparently decided to drive to Trump Tower and try to burn that motherfucker to the ground. At least that's what they're trying to tell you. And I mean, this just doesn't sound like a Trump supporter to me. I mean, especially a dude that's a Green Beret. You would think a Green Beret would be able to improvise an explosive device with a little more gusto, Like, I feel like I could fucking set up something that would be way better. I just wouldn't be able to afford the Cybertruck, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Something stinks in this situation. Yep, something stinks in this situation, my friends. And that's why I keep pointing out that, the more I look at this, the more it looks like artificial intelligence manipulation to me than anything, because, like, you got two random guys, one guy from the Army, another guy from the Army. How is that even possible? That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like, what are the odds? And they both use the same app. They both commit, I guess, attacks, but one of them commits attack. The other one it doesn't even really seem to be an attack. It just seems to be more of like a message or a hit or something like that. We got two different things happening, and then we haven't even started talking about the dude in the train. Like, what the fuck? Something definitely stinks here. And I feel like I'm going to get taken out for just even pointing that out, bro. Like, it's crazy, dude. Crazy. The revelation came from an interview Mantless Livensberger and his loved ones did with investigators. The family added that they believe that the 37-year-old Green Beret who died in Wednesday's blast outside a Trump International hotel had Republican leanings. The revelation tracks with old Facebook comments on what Livensberger's uncle Dean told The Independent about his nephew's politics. He loved Trump. He was always a very patriotic soldier, a patriotic American. It's one of the reasons he was in the Special Forces for so many years. And records in El Paso County, El Paso County, Colorado, indicate he was registered in 2020 with the No Labels Party, which supports a centrist, common sense candidates, which definitely doesn't sound like the Trump supporter, but definitely sounds like somebody that gave Trump his, first election and then turned into a cocksucker, which, I mean, living in Colorado, it seems that, like, I remember John Galt and all of those other shitheads that are apparently leaving. I mean, that's a story, Atlas Shrugged or whatever. Have you ever seen that? That type of ideology runs rampant over there, if you know what I mean. So, even more strange, the same email Liefensberger used to sign up for LinkedIn was listed in a data breach last year that revealed he had an account on the far-right news website, the Post-Millennial. Oh my God. The Post-Millennial? Jack Posobiec? No way. Yeah, dude, that's super far-right, man. You might as well fucking just slap a swastika on that motherfucker and call him Satan or Hitler. I mean, Jesus, are we allowed to make Hitler jokes? I don't fucking care. I'm here till they nuke me, and then I'll just come back again, you know what I'm saying? Much remains unknown about what allegedly drove Livensberger to rent a Cybertruck in his hometown of Colorado Springs and drive it to the Las Vegas property. The truck was filled with explosives and projectiles and miraculously only injured 7 when it burst into flames just steps from the hotel's front lobby. Like, yeah. Like, are we sure this dude wasn't, like, fucking driving to Las Vegas to Trump Tower to do, like, a big fireworks exhibition and, shit just got wrong? Like, even the Daily Beast is having a hard time making this guy out to sound like a fucking terrorist, That's pretty crazy when you think about it, because the Daily Beast made me sound like a terrorist pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I sounded like the most fucking evil guy that ever was, right? Mah! And then this guy, like, fucking exploded a goddamn Cybertruck. And they're like, yeah, I mean, he's a suspected bomber, but, like, he was like a Trump guy. So, like, this don't make sense, dude. This don't make sense. Yeah? Doesn't make sense. Yeah. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. They said the theory is largely because of the explosion symbolics. The vehicle used, a Cybertruck, is a Tesla owner Elon Musk's crown jewel vehicle. And Musk has been the top Trump ally since the summer, making explosions at the Trump property nearest to Livensberger's hometown all the more suspicious. Miller theorized that the Cybertruck driver wanted to make sure his charred vehicle would appear close proximity to Trump signage in front of the home. He is saying that it's 7 or something in the morning and a lot of people here. I'm going to come back in an hour and see if there's a bigger crowd. Or he's only doing his reconnaissance as a military operator would, which is who stops you and where I'm going to place this. The Elon Musk vehicle would be right under the Trump sign, which is actually kind of true, right? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Look at this. Here's him commenting. I got a top 18D recently with ETSD who is looking for just this opportunity. I sent him your way. We're looking for a quick turn 30-day contract op in Ukraine at $550 per day, lodging and travel provided, tactical combat casualty care instructor, ideal person has a special operations medical background, but all you really need to have is an active TCCCC instructor certification. Ukraine. Now, isn't that strange? Because the other would-be Trump assassin, right? The Brandon Roth guy or Routh guy or something like that. He also was doing a whole lot of contract operations work in Ukraine. And isn't that interesting? The last time, somebody tried to, I guess, take out Trump that wasn't Van Miller, it was almost tied immediately and directly back to Ukraine. And here we go again. Even this guy seemed to be all over that shit. And if you really put it into perspective, all those guys that are dying that are Americans in the army and stuff in Ukraine right now could see it as a major issue that Trump wants to stop everything happening over there, and they're letting their friends die and shit like that. So maybe that does actually offer us a little semblance of something that's going to give us an idea of where he was. But then again, here's a comment from his Facebook that says, bet Bolton got a hefty chunk of that from the DNC and other slimy donors to put the book out. Oh boy, another conspiracy theorist. What a joke. It's not a conspiracy theorist. It's pretty obvious when the guy made money from the Debs. Huh. Yeah. Interesting indeed. And then, wait. He was one time married to Sarah Livisberger, a 38-year-old who lives in Delray Beach, Florida, who actually looks really familiar to somebody that I've met before because I've been to Delray Beach, Florida because I worked on a website for a popcorn shop that's out there at one point, and I had to check it out when I was in Florida. Huh. Interesting. So are we looking at some type of alter type situation? Are we looking at some other type situation? I mean, shit, bro. Like, it don't make any sense, bro. Oh, wrong button. Don't make any sense, bro. Said among the charged remains and found in the truck were a handgun at Livisberger's feast, another firearm, a number of fireworks, passport, a military ID card, credit cards, an iPhone, a smartwatch, and a few other guns and things that were purchased legally. The investigators identified the vehicle driver who was burned beyond recognition, as Livisberger of Colorado Springs, from his teeth, basically. And they said that his cause of death was not actually being burnt to a crisp, but was death by suicide. Yeah, because apparently he shot himself before this whole thing went up in smoke. So it's like he lit the fuse for the fireworks and then he shot himself. Or somehow shooting himself was also part of the fuse, even though nobody reported hearing a gunshot of anything. They only heard they reported hearing an explosion. So, maybe the explosion they heard was the gunshot. But yeah, that seems kind of insane, right? Like, this is obviously not making a whole lot of sense because it's a fucking Tesla. A Tesla could fucking drive itself from where he was at all the way there, and he would not need to be alive. He would just need to be sitting in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? With his hands on the wheel, because there are attention-aware features and whatnot associated with the car, but apparently they have footage of him at least driving the vehicle and recharging it 8 times, but like, what the hell, dude? Like, this shit's crazy, bro. Crazy. He's served in the Green Berets, highly trained special forces. He worked in the counterterrorism abroad and trained people. He had served in the Army since 2006 and rise through the ranks, overseeing assignments, deploying twice to Afghanistan and serving in Ukraine, Tajikistan, Georgia, and the Congo. And he was awarded a total of 5 Bronze Stars, including one with Valor device for Courage Under Fire, a Combat Infantry badge, and the Army Commendation Medal with Valor. And they've also said that I guess he rented the electric vehicle on Saturday, and he charged it for a few times making his way out there. And, there you go. There's a picture of what the truck looked like after it got torn up. And I mean, honestly, it definitely seems like the Cybertruck's not going to hold up very well because it looks just like a burnt out car. I mean, obviously all the fireworks and stuff went out and it blew out the glass roof and the glass windows, but the battery actually didn't catch on fire here. That's why the tires and shit are intact. So, I mean, whatever he was trying to do, if anything he was trying to do, didn't seem to have worked whatsoever in any respect.
We also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle. Other than the windows being gone, that's a bit more disassembled than it was at the scene, and the back area being blown off. There's no evidence of physical damage to the sides of that vehicle, and so the explosion that was in that vehicle sort of vented out and up, but it didn't even damage the glass doors at the trunk. So I'm not sure what that means.
It's not lost on us.
Yeah, he knows what that means. What do you mean he does not sure what it means? What it means is very clear, right? Like, it wasn't something that was a bomb. Like, yes, there was an explosive force, but it's almost like vapor or something went off. Like he was fucking lighting up something, hitting the fucking vape, spark hit a vapor, things went up. A lot of stuff went up on fire really quick because there was probably a decent amount of explosive and firework in there, but that's not going to create an explosion that's going to damage shit for very far, right? Like, it's a contained explosion, right? And it's not even a big explosion. So that explosion's going to go really hot, really fast, go up and out, and whatever's flammable is going to burn inside of the car. So it just doesn't make sense, man, Everybody, I think, is seeing how this shit's a little bit fishy, dude. Yeah, like lighting a grill with the lid down. Exactly, a vapor explosion. Like, he could have been sitting there driving for a long time, and all it takes is a spark, man. A spark. And you're in a fucking electric car. So if you have all of these different fucking fireworks in the back, and we saw a can of racing fuel, and we saw fucking a bunch of keys of kerosene, right? And honestly, if he just left those things back there and they were venting inside the tonneau cover of that truck, all it takes is one little spark for a flash to happen. And as soon as that vapor's up, all of those fucking fireworks go up, blow in, blow out, all the windows flame out. And that's basically what we would see. It gets big, it's an explosion, but it's not going to get hot enough to affect the batteries or create structural damage. So, does it really show that, Teslas are fucking super safe and shit? No, we fucking saw that video of the goddamn Tesla that was burnt the fuck out. And guess what? It looks pretty bad. Right? It looks pretty fucking bad, my friends. Well, where did that video go? There's a Tesla that actually burned out when the battery went down, and that motherfucker is melted. Yeah. Now, you really couldn't use a Tesla to contain a bomb. Any car would basically contain a fucking bomb at that point. You could just, if you had all the same shit inside of a Prius, it would do the same shit, right? But it would contain the explosion, because it's not that big of an explosion. It's big enough to, like, shatter glass and shit, but it ain't gonna go 30 fucking feet, right? Like, this is why it doesn't make sense. This shit don't make sense. Doesn't make sense, guys. Doesn't make sense. None of this stuff makes sense. The more we get into it. And, just to point out that there's other areas like Montenegro, right? Here's another one. Could have been up in fire in Montenegro on January 1st. Man shot 12 people dead in a rampage in a small town in Montenegro before dying of self-inflicted injuries early on Thursday morning. So that's another gunman, that's another terrorist attack. Is it an ISIS-related terrorist attack? I don't know, but in a completely different fucking country, right? It's multiple operations in multiple different places. I figured it was important to just bring that up for a second. But even more thing, I want you guys to listen to this part right here because they're talking about how Elon Musk has really involved himself in his team from Tesla in how they're trying to help out what's going on with the Cybertruck explosion.
Was in that vehicle, sort of vented out and up, but it didn't even damage the glass doors at the trunk. So I'm not sure what that means. I also know that there's a number of unexploded pieces of the things that he had inside of that vehicle, and so I just don't think that it was done as well as he was expecting it to be done. But go ahead.
Sofia Rodriguez with Univision Vegas. I was wondering, were you able to recover the video from the Cybertruck, or was that destructive?
So the question is, are we able to recover the video from the Cybertruck? And many of you may know that those Cybertrucks contain a tremendous number of cameras. Again, Mr. Musk has sent out a number of his folks that will be arriving here this afternoon with the intent to try to capture the part of that captured all of the video from inside of the truck. Sir?
Just quickly, you had mentioned a number of the components in the back of the truck that did not go off. Maybe this is a better suited question for ATF, but when it comes to the rudimentary nature of the bomb, I think we mostly think of a bomb that is connected. This seems like individual kind of incendiary and combustible components put together. Can you speak to how you think this is a bomb, or was it just several pieces of things that might blow up and might explode that were just lit and gone off at the same time?
Look at him. Look at him. He fucking takes a step back, looking over, other guy looking over, both these motherfuckers. I've seen these motherfuckers before. These are my people now. I live here, I could probably be sitting in if I wanted to, next week I could be in the investigation room probably helping these fucks out. But I have to stop smoking weed. That would suck ass, so I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it does appear that it was I just want to be careful with my language here, but
I want to be careful with my language.
The level of sophistication is not what we would expect from an individual with this type of military experience. That most of the materials inside that Tesla were fuel to help fuel a greater explosion. But it's too early to answer any question as if there was sophisticated connectivity to those components to make it ignite in the way that it did.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Where did this come from? Where your battery? Anyways. Huh. They closed part of E85. Yeah, I know, we're getting to it. Whoo! Not quite there yet, though. We gotta talk about the first bit of stuff first, Everybody's always trying to get ahead of themselves. I don't know why some people were pointing out this piece of information, the bit of irony, I guess, associated with everything. We got Andrew Haddad, Chief Executive Officer of Turo.com, the car rental place. And, let's see. His beloved record collection was destroyed 9 years earlier when mortar shells destroyed his family's Beirut apartment during the Lebanese Civil War, and he was encouraged to rebuild his lost collection by the incredible opportunity eBay represented. Wow. Seems like a real bad dude. What's this? Pretty interesting folks on the board of Turo, y'all. Relay ride-sharing app, Shelby Clark. Whoa, dude. Hillary Clinton, bro? What's this? Barry Diller, Victor Kaufman, Chelsea Clinton, Edgar Bromfin, Michael Eisner. What the fuck? Owner, ICA Incorporated, 31%. Bonnie Hammer, Joey Levin, David Rosenblatt, Alan Spoon. Holy shit, dude, it's the Jews, bro. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that, actually. It was very interesting indeed. Now, to get to the other thing that nobody seemed to have been talking about because nobody seemed to have noticed it, in Payette, Idaho, the police responded on Wednesday after reports of a suspicious individual attempting to set something on fire near a parked railroad car. Officers uncovered fresh footprints in the snow and followed them to a train car where they found the suspected undetonated improvised explosive device, aka IED. The trail led to a camp trailer parked near their residence. The suspect was later identified as 40-year-old Brent Sharaya, who fled on foot but was apprehended after a brief pursuit. A search warrant was executed at the camp trailer where officers found items similar devices to be discovered on the train car, along with controlled substances and other types of paraphernalia. Another suspect, and for whatever reason, I've been hearing the same stuff that this guy is also some type of military veteran that has some sort of connection to the other two individuals, although I haven't really seen anything, I haven't seen anything that actually says that, right? They bring so much to the table, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know. So, what is that, right? What is that? Oh, this is just the pileup that's happening in Texas.
I know. I got hit. My car's stuck. Oh no. Shit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh dear God. Here comes that. Oh shit. My car's gone.
Damn. Yeah, I had that up just because I was going to show that later, but goddamn, is that fucking for real, dude? Some people are saying that that's from 2021, though. I don't know. It looks like it's 2021, January 1st, but holy shit. Hopefully, if that was yesterday, I don't know. Damn! Fucked up! Damn, that's worse than any of the fucking terrorist attacks. Jesus Christ, man. If these fucking terrorists ever learn how to ice up the roads, we're fucked, man. We're fucked! Yeah, who knows, bro? Now, they say the Cybertruck suicide bomber tested his former girlfriend after he'd rented the vehicle days before the explosion, saying it matches my Kobe 2 shoes I had when I was little. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, it's been a while. Learning so much fun. I rented a Tesla Cybertruck, and it's the shit. Building drones in my new position. You'd really love it. I feel like Batman or Halo. I don't know if it's cool or if I should bully you about it. How fast is it? Ungodly. It matches my Kobe 2 shoes when I had when I was little. It's Kobe's final, most powerful form. Did you really have the shoes like that, nerd? How's your mom doing? Yeah, Google them. She's still the same. No change. So lame. Aw, I bet you look so cute in those. Did you keep them? Nah, they were stinky. Well, really seems like a guy that, You know, maybe this story is a little less fucked up than we all think. What if this bitch was like, yeah, your Cybertruck's cool, but I'm still not going to get back with you and let you get this Nani motherfucker. And then he was like, nah, bitch, you got to let me get back with you or whatever. I'll fucking drive over to Donald Trump's. And she was like, yeah, if you want to get this pussy, you got to drive over to the fucking Donald Trump Tower or whatever and burn this motherfucker to the ground. Yeah. Or what if it was like the AI that was like telling him to do that shit, but then it wasn't actually talking to him at all. He wasn't talking to her at all, and it was just a robot. And then it was like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's crazy or not, but like, could it be the AI, bro? Like, this is fucking crazy, bro. Nothing that this guy is saying basically kind of makes me feel like this dude would have fucking done any of this shit, which is crazy, dude. Crazy. Shit's crazy, bro. The Las Vegas Cybertruck bomber Matt Livsberg preyed on his first wife, Pal, says amid the first Trump Tower explosion, according to the Daily Mail. For whatever reason, I didn't actually have that opened up. Interesting.
At the airport, posted up, midnight red-eye flight. Sarah Beans. Oh, Matty B.
Trying not to be weird.
Not to be weird.
Not allowed to be weird and embarrass him. They can't do that.
We're judging people in front of the walking thing.
Shut the fuck up,
Zero
Zero
Hour.
Hour.
You can choose to stand still. You can choose to
pick a side, people. Pick a side.
You can walk aside it if you want some exercise and just be devoid of technology if you choose.
We're so lazy as a society. That we need.
Is that fucking you? Is that the real fucking 0 Hour? Is that you, Brian? What's up, baby? Nice to see you, man.
Moving.
That can't be him. That's gotta be a troll. It's gotta be a troll, bro.
Instead of actually walking.
We've got our cell phone charger here, mobile power. It's called being a power traveler. Doing things.
I don't agree with
It's all me. All me. We're on our way.
Power traveler.
Puerto Rico.
Power traveler.
Costa Rica, it's the same thing, same place, same people, same.
Yeah. Interesting. The 37-year-old shot himself in the head after basic explosives blew up around him outside the Trump Internet. Wait. Huh? The 37-year-old shot himself in the head as the makeshift explosives he planted blew up around him outside of Trump Tower. How does that fucking work? Like, he lit a fucking fuse and then he was like, shh, come on! Okay, well, I don't really even know what to say. A vlog-style manifesto? Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen a vlog-style manifesto or anything that's been posted by this guy. I mean, he just seems to be like, you know, a regular-ass dude. I mean, we've watched the full video of this thing, which might be disturbing. And, you know, obviously, I'm still more fucking surprised that nobody's fucking talking about the goddamn superhuman that was in this fucking video. That chick that fucking looked in one frame, less than in a 30th of a second, looks at the explosion, sees it happens, looks directly at the fucking camera, looks back at the explosion, and then dips before the explosion hits him. Fucking crazy. Superhuman. Yeah, dude. You think he was waxed before being lit? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Through exceptional
Wait,
joint
they actually have
investigative
footage of it
effort, we've
driving
gotten
around.
to a place where we believe we can show you his route to Las Vegas from Colorado, and Carlos will put up the map there for you. And we know that he rented the Cybertruck.
Hi from some guy 137? Well, why didn't he just say hi from his own thing, Mr. Blips? And then who's some guy 137? I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is?
In Denver on December 28th. We tracked his movements through the Tesla charging stations to Monument, Colorado on December 30th. On the 31st of December, the truck was charged in Trinidad, Colorado, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque and Gallup, New Mexico. On January 1st, the truck was charged in Holbrook, Flagstaff, and Kingman, Arizona. We last tracked the truck in Kingman at 05:30 yesterday morning. The truck was first spotted in Las Vegas.
What's going on with this video? It keeps on
at 7:29 a.m. yesterday.
It's doing weird stuff,
and Carlos will pull up a picture of the truck pulling onto Fashion Show Drive here. And that picture was observed at about 7:34 a.m.
Yes, the Tesla
we know
Cybertruck
that he pulled into the Trump valet. I believe we have a video of that.
Wow, they got a video of it.
Cybertruck highlighted there.
You just drive right up in there. I would have valeted that shit too, man. So he drives in and he drives out. So he was like, you know, getting the view.
So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. We didn't have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the Sands. See that there?
Yep, just committed a fucking crime right there. Nah, bro, you gotta wait.
That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39.
See that?
Then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. Smoke was coming from inside of the truck after.
Wow. Yikes. So we actually have a little bit of information about this guy now and his journey and what he looked like and his apparent love for Ukraine. And I guess he also had a busted fucking tooth or something like that. But really, seemed like a comms guy in the military, and then he decided to burn himself up in front of a Trump. Yeah, look at this lady got in the mail as a surprise perk of being a registered Democrat. Excited women, I can't wait to slap this baby on the truck. What? Stop bigotry. DCCC.org. Democrats. Interesting. So yeah, I guess his girlfriend wasn't really happy with the Trump person. Yeah. Yep. Well, if this guy actually did do this and it was all real and he was alive when it happened and all that other shit, then I guess it's safe to say that this is once again another problem that could have been averted if his wife wasn't a bitch. Damn, women. What the fuck, women? Why you guys always gotta cause shit, man? Divorcing motherfuckers and all this other shit, thinking like, oh, I've been with this dude for 20 years or whatever, but I can do better. This guy's a piece of shit. I'm sexy now. Fuck. It's bullshit. What do you mean? Outside lane, you and NAFO fella? Who's in the NAFO? What the hell is NAFO? NAFO? CAFO? What is that? Is that real? I mean, honestly, when you look at the back of this Cybertruck, you can see, look, there's cans that didn't even melt, bro. Like, the fireworks went off and all the easily flammable shit went off, but the fucking thing of goddamn gas didn't even go off. Like, yeah, oh, Cybertrucks are so fucking powerful. Excuse me, that's a VP Racing Fuels can. Like, what? VP Racing Fuel jug. Like, not even that. It's like metal can. Oh, yeah. Metal jug. Maybe it's a metal jug. Yeah, it's like one of these fucking things. Like, seriously? And it didn't melt? Are you for real? You for real it didn't melt? How did it not melt? Should have melted. Like, look at that. That everybody's putting it up there. You can see the racing fuel can right there. And, it does kind of look like the top has been popped on that. But, the one thing that I don't see anywhere in this area is, how is this guy lighting off these fireworks that are in the back of his car when the window is up and there's no pass-through in between? So did he, fucking text message it and blow it up like an IED or something like that? It's not like he lit a wick and it went through, right? And when you look at the thing, you can see the pieces of the glass that are actually coming out. So, that shit just doesn't make any goddamn sense either, dude. That shit doesn't matter. Yeah, you've never heard of NAFO? No, I've heard of NAFO, fellas. I just act like I haven't heard of them or whatever. I just act like it. I've heard of them. I know what NAFO is. I know what fucking NAFO is. Yeah, maybe a little wire on a battery or something. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't see how he ignited all of that. I don't see how he got that done. Yes, done. Done. And now we can get into, what some people were trying to get super excited of, is that there has been other incidents that have been going on, besides the stuff that we've already known, right? Today, or was it yesterday? An 18-wheeler was shutting down the 85 interstate because apparently they had a bomb of some kind, or some type of nuclear biological material in a semi, right? And this is them shutting it down with the dude sitting in the semi right there. Thank God nothing happened or nothing blew up or anything like that. But, South Carolina's 85 was closed after a reported bomb threat involving an 18-wheeler. And, yeah, apparently the driver claimed to have a bomb inside that 18-wheeler. But we haven't really heard too much about that one, right? Let's see, I-85. We could probably just Google that real quick. That many fire, he probably had electric switches from? Yeah, maybe. It's a possibility. What's this? New Orleans had no clue that New Orleans had sidewalk barriers to defend against terror attacks, which are now being used today. What a fucking embarrassment. What a fucking embarrassment. Huh. New Orleans, Trump Tower, Las Vegas, and now a bomb truck on I-85, America? Are you alright, dude? What the fuck? And this has been one of those ones where I haven't seen a lot about it. Right? I-85 closed. Let's see if we can pull anything up on the Googly. Which is fine. I can just go do that real quick. Police arrest suspect in Greenville bomb threat. Reopen the 85. Yeah. So it was a bomb threat. I don't think that they've released the identity of the individual or any of that stuff, but they said that they did not locate any explosives. So I guess they halted it and let this guy's LARP go through. I don't know if he was associated with George Webb or whatever, but I saw some people spouting off about George Webb, so I had to go talk some shit, and then George Webb blocked me. But you know what? It's giving me real George Webb vibes. You know what I'm saying? George Webb vibes. George Webb! Who cares about Operation Gladio Black Star? Only you. Because it's fucking gay. And you're gay. Oh, you got owned, bitch! You got fucking owned, bitch! Owned. Anyways, maybe it is like Operation Gladio. But then, Cat Turd. Good old Cat Turd asks you, why would he shoot himself in the head before he was going to blow himself up? You know what, Cat Turd? That's a real good fucking question, man. Why the fuck would you shoot yourself in the head and then blow yourself up? I mean, I guess maybe he knew that dying in fire would suck, so he just blew himself away. I don't know. But that gives us the next big thing about that particular situation that's super fucked up. So, yeah, as you know, a lot of things in that car didn't actually burn up, or in that Cybertruck. And a few things actually survived, right?
They said that he shot himself after blowing up the Cybertruck, or right at the same time. Somehow, like, one happened and the other one happened. What didn't, maybe him shooting himself is what sparked off the thing, I haven't thought about that. That's actually a thing. Depends on what kind of gun he had. But yes, we see that he had an E8 pay grade. He was rank of MSG. It expired on July 2nd of 2027. And yeah, it didn't really melt. And I'm getting real 9/11 vibes all of a sudden. All of a sudden, I'm starting to remember that they found passports for the 9/11 attackers apparently just lying around fucking New York City after the buildings fell down and all those people burned and everything fucking got all fucked up. Yep. Get real 9/11 vibes all of a sudden. Oh shit, we got his passport too. What the fuck? Is that how so they just had his passport and stuff and that's how they ID'd him and they didn't ID him off of his death toll? Yeah. And then how come this thing is from Arizona? Because it says right there, Arizona, USA. Right? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then, oh, wow, that's the gun that he shot himself with. And that is a Desert Eagle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a... I'm pretty sure that is a 50 cal Desert Eagle. Pretty sure. Yeah, definitely that right there. Desert Eagle pistol, Magnum Research. That's what that is right there for sure. Uh-huh. Maybe not that exact model because it doesn't have the porting up at the front of the barrel, but that's definitely a DE for sure. Although maybe not a good one, like a knockoff or something. Not like some kind of knockoff. None of the ones that I see on the Desert Eagle website have that thing on there. Oh, but yeah. If we go into here, we can find it right there. Wait, where did it go? Hey! Right there. So yeah, you can see here's this thing with the little holes and whatnot. And if I move back over here, here's a bunch of different areas to it. So yeah, that's quite the fucking gun to be shooting yourself in the fucking head with, man. That bullet is this fucking big, bro. Like, that's a big-ass fucking bullet. Like, you take one of those to the dome, you're definitely going down and half your dome is missing. That's a 50 cal. So, the 50 AE, yeah, it's a completely crappy carry gun. Like, yeah, it doesn't, not the fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, that just don't make sense. Like, seriously? A Desert fucking Eagle, bro? A Desert Eagle? I mean, it looks like he shot, but yeah, this thing definitely is in the open position. You can see, like, it looks like it cycled forward a little bit. But yeah, that's definitely a Desert Eagle. And that's the gun that he shot himself with? Like, Jesus Christ, man. That is a crappy ass open carry gun, bro. That thing is heavy as shit, big as fuck. Like, I can't even shoot that gun, bro. Like, I can, like, once or twice, and then my fucking hand hurts or whatever. But like, if I tried to like concealed carry that thing, or even just open carry that thing is like half the size of my leg, bro. Like, no way. I couldn't carry that. I couldn't be working with that. That's fucked up. Like, seriously? Oh yeah, the Cybertruck is so fucking powerful, but legitimately his government ID and his passport didn't burn up, and somehow it didn't get hot enough for his fucking grips on his Desert Eagle to melt. Like, you could still see the separation line at the bottom for where the mag wall is for putting in the bullets. Yeah. Obviously, you can't aim after a couple of shots, but the fucking 7-shot Desert Eagle, bro. I got a 357 Magnum with 7 shots. I can shoot that thing pretty fucking good. There's videos of me shooting that 357 Magnum getting fucking dead center mass at the first shot. So, you know, don't fuck with me. I know how to shoot, bitch. Don't fuck with me. There's a reason that I haven't been around. I haven't had guns my whole life. It's because my parents told me that I wasn't allowed to have guns because it'd be too good with them. So I didn't have them for very many years. And then when I finally bought them, and then showed people how good I was with them. They were like, how are you this good with guns if you've never had them before? And I'm just like, you know what? These are the mysteries of the universe that you're just never going to figure out. Suck it, bitch. Anyways, wow. I want one. I definitely want one. I want a gold-plated Desert Eagle for sure. I need one. Gots to have one now. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. But yeah, look at that. Nothing to see here. Suspects in yesterday's attack on Bourbon Street, New Orleans, both served at Fort Bragg and the same military base that Ryan Roth visited over 100 times before attempting to take out Donald Trump's life. And then we had the other homeboy in Payette that basically had the same kind of history, which is even more strange. Nugs and guns. Yeah, dude. Weed and guns are the best things in there. Best things in there. And yeah, no one here yet in our Discord posted that apparently this guy up here in Idaho had connections to the others and attempted to take out a train. He's the only person that has said that to me so far, and he hasn't provided any evidence that shows that that would be the case that he has any connection, and I haven't seen any connection posted on any other things, but I figured I would just bring that up because that seems to be what he was thinking about the whole entire situation, subject, whatever. Now, apparently somebody's posting as Adrian Dittman on X, and they revealed that apparently they had some sort of admin account or portal of some kind. Doesn't really matter, not really connected to what we're doing here. But here's probably, I don't know, the strangest video of 2025 so far. Somehow MTV Cribs was able to get access to the New Orleans terrorist Samsha Dinjabar's home a day after it raided. Well, it's apparently it's no longer an active fucking crime scene, and the family doesn't live there anymore or whatever, but like, apparently this hot-ass little mommy right here did something in order to allow her to gain access to this building and take some videos for us. And I don't know, she doesn't seem like that she's hot, but I'm looking at those fucking stretchy pants, and honestly, that shit does it for me every time. She got the stretchy pants on. She wearing the puffy jacket.
Inside the New Orleans terrorist home, you can see that it's been clearly destroyed, or at least from the FBI raid yesterday. Baby? But if we walk through the home,
I don't know, Jim Cooper. Why are you blocked? Where do you blocked on? Bag.
See some signs of what he was up to. He had this work area here, lots of different chemicals splayed around and here.
Sorry, we gotta rewind that back.
What he was up to. He had this work area here, lots of different chemicals splayed around.
Okay, never mind. I totally see how she got access. I see how she got access.
And different electronics. This is, again, a work setup. Left receipts. Just very unkempt in here. If we go over here, actually, you can see the Department of
I'm not even paying attention to the fucking house.
Justice documents here, the search warrant, and the property that they recorded here, which seems to be a lot of chemicals. Again, just left in disarray. There's a bedroom back here, and what appears to be his...
It's cleaner than my place, honestly. My place just gets like crap in places because I don't have like space to put any of this stuff, and like some of this stuff isn't mine. Like if I could get rid of all the stuff over there, they'd be great. And then I could put some more shelves and shit over there.
Collection of religious materials, his Qurans, an open Quran with a passage there.
Yeah, apparently this is what his house looks like after it got raided. So it looks like they only blasted in the front door. And then, I mean, everything else seems like it's pretty tidy, actually. For a house that got fucking raided and shit. with Qurans and stuff in it. I mean, it doesn't seem like they really mess it up that much. Yeah, you would
as
think
well
the whole place
as
would be tossed.
even the Bible here, but mostly books on Islam, and his prayer rug just to the left of me here.
Like, how the hell did this bit? I'm like, girl, how the hell did you get in here? And then I see that right there, and I was like, oh, okay, I see how you got in here. I see how you got in here. You're like, I puppy, let me get in. I need to take some videos. The dude's all like, you're not a 10, but you know what? You still got the numbers from me, baby. Like, how the fuck did you get into an active crime scene, bitch? That's crazy, bro. Yep, they just got documents there. You know, there's no yellow tape. Like, everything is just sitting around. Like, there's still shit on the floor. There's a cigarette right there. You see that cigarette right there? I mean, I know you're all fucking wanting to stare at that booty like me, but I see the cig right there. That's crazy. That is crazy right there. That is crazy. So, how did it? I don't know. I don't know how they got access. I don't know how to do this. But, you know, this is the big question right there. He pulled into the valet, shot himself with the Desert Eagle pistol, and exploded himself within 17 seconds. Q? Question? Question mark? Like, huh? Nobody heard the gunshot, and not even the person that was standing 10 feet away. So either the plane exploded and he shot himself at the exact same time. Yeah, that just don't make sense. Sorry, I mean, it don't make sense. And the other thing that's really strange is Matthew Libbesberger, aka Matt Berg, changed his signal safety number just before the explosion. Then his photo and safety number changed after the explosion, which means somebody would have had to have had access to a signal count of some way. But, you know, other people are posting that they were apparently having something. It says disregard should have been 1. Safety number would change Matt. Matt Berg changed his profile. Name to Matt. Your safety number with Matt has changed. Yeah, that seems a little bit weird. Law enforcement say that Libbesberger was active duty and in the Army serving in Germany and was on leave in Colorado at the time of the incident. His wife hadn't heard from him in several days prior to the incident, and sources said the unit source, the individual serving in Germany, had made the following claims in private images. He was a Trump and Elon supporter, not radically so, but a solid supporter. His signal safety number changed once before the explosion, and then his photo and safety number changed after the explosion, and then they posted the signal group chats. Then he said the first safety number change makes sense because he lives in Europe and he would have flown from the EU to the US, and if he did that around December 29th, then his first safety number change makes sense, as US citizens who work in the EU and fly back and forth for vacation often will use the US SIM on a different phone for different conveniences. If he didn't fly on or about the 29th, that brings number 3 into question. Elon says that he unlocked the truck after the explosion to help law enforcement. He claims that it only locked due to the force of the blast. However, if it can be remotely unlocked, then it can be remotely locked. Just a random thought that I had, probably unrelated. The individual station in Germany also tried to make an NSFW Reddit community to try to get the bottom of this, but within 2 minutes of his first post, the same message was banned. An individual concluded by stating, something fishy is going on and I can't explain it. I'm deeply concerned about the impending sense of red flag attacks in the U.S. Be kind to your neighbors. Yep, dead man auto drive. Elon is getting in control of the situation fast as fuck for some reason, saying they're going to help him get information into the bottom of it. To me, it sounds more like Elon's like, yeah, we got to figure out if somebody was driving this fucking car, if this car fucking drove itself, or the AI's got some shit going on. His name changed from Matt Berg to Matt in Signal after the explosion. This was discovered by a unit member after the command made it aware of the incident. This is linked in the first photo of the thread. How a dead man changes their photo, safety number, and name and signal is beyond me. Any help getting to the bottom of this would be appreciated. Why was he dead with the GSW to the head, which is a gunshot wound, by the way? Prior to the arrival, why was the self-driving car, or which is why the self-driving car was needed, or was this done just prior to the detonation? Does anyone have a link to the press conference where it was stated? Yeah. After the truck explosion, Las Vegas officials are saying that they found a military identification card, a Desert Eagle, an SLR B-30 AR pattern rifle, and an iPhone. Oh, and a smartwatch. Yeah, it all seems real fucky, doesn't it? Doesn't seem natural. It seems like an artificial intelligence of some kind is manipulating something here, right? Like nothing can explain this other than the somebody drove that car and drove him there, but he went there by himself from all intents and purposes. We don't know if there was anybody else in the car with him that shot him, and then have the Tesla go drive it over there on its own. But, the whole thing just kind of seems fucked up. Nothing makes sense. Yeah. The links the DOD will go out to not pay an E8 retirement. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe it is artificial and sloppy. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that that's the new news in this situation today. It's very, very strange. Oh, but before we go anywhere else, let's air it all out, Elon Musk, and let Vox Populi see what fate awaits you. Fate loves irony, but hates hypocrisy. The truth is you lie like a Jew. I have so many questions, but I'm only allowed 281 characters. What does this say? Through his wealth manager, Jared Britchall, using a false identity, defendant Elon Musk paid a convicted felon, James Howard Higgins, $50,000 for false information about a critic. Musk also confirmed meeting now indicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell at judo practice, which Musk publicly admitted to training on in May 7th of 2020 in an interview with Joe Rogan. On May 28th in 2016, an undisclosed email exchange with the now deceased serial rapist, child molester, and sex trafficker Jeffrey E. Epstein was also a convicted felon at the time. Defendant Tesla has also been sued repeatedly for human trafficking. In 2020, defendant Musk lied publicly about his relationship with Maxwell, claiming he does not know Ghislaine at all, in response to a 2014 photograph of them at a party. Based on public reports, Epstein also introduced Tesla director Kimball Musk to a former girlfriend. Finally, S&P Global recently reported that defendant Tesla had to abandon its interest in a Mexican mine in Sonora, Mexico, due to issues involving the drug cartels, among others, Greenspan's declaration and Exhibit R. Wait, what? Elon Musk actually did know Ghislaine Maxwell, and he was exchanging emails with Jeffrey Epstein while he was a convicted pedophile felon, bitch ass? Huh. Elon Musk paid a convicted felon over $50,000 to investigate a man suing him for defamation. Huh. What the fuck? From Elon Musk, subject, all good, May 30th, 2016 at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to Jeffrey Epstein. I did, thank you. Were you able to meet up with Ghislaine at Kung Fu practice on Saturday? Question mark. Elon, were you able to meet up with Ghislaine at Kung Fu practice on Saturday? Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, I did, Jeffrey. Thank you. We exchanged emails. And yes, I'm email Jeffrey at jeffreyepstein.org. So it's definitely the Jeffrey Epstein. Not any other Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, you guys didn't know that? Yeah. We been like holding out a little back or whatever, like people knew about it, but Elon Musk is basically, he's donezo, baby. I mean, he's gonna try, he's gonna flail, but he is not the evil man and demon that he's making everybody thinks he can be. Like, he's gonna get it in such a way to the point where he ain't gonna have any friends left, bro. He ain't gonna have any friends left. I don't think so. The accusations were part of a barter tirade aimed at Mux's ex-flame Grime. Franks did not hold back, alleging, "Stop trying to squeeze the novelty out of this and deflect from the fact that Elon really dogged you and dragged you in front of the entire world and had you begging for your kids and shit, sis." Then threw all of his, hips in a compound, or all his hoes in a compound together, and took his little bag of K, which is ketamine, and went to Mar-a-Lago, apparently eluding ketamine, the party drug that took Friends actor Matthew Perry's life earlier this year, doing drugs at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, dude, let's go to Mar-a-Lago and do some fucking K, bro, and fucking rage, man. Yeah, his skin color on the boat photo actually does make sense, because most people that do K are pretty good. Is Ozempic? Sis, it's a club drug. Giving crack daddy, sis. He's on Ozempic, and Tina, sick, is feeling himself now. It's finished. He's fucking fried. It's not giving that all of you are still in the same dirty little white bitch from McGill and that drinks tap water and eats spaghetti. You're not Lady Gaga, girl. Relax. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Jeffrey Epstein, multimillionaire sex criminal, introduced Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother, to the woman in his entourage, two sources explained. The woman had previously dated Epstein, but lived in an apartment building where he is known to have his house models. Dated Kimball Musk from 2011 to 2012. Though the relationship was, on all accounts, genuine, sources said that Epstein hoped it would open doors to Elon Musk and his companies. Epstein was encouraged and granted a private tour of Elon Musk's SpaceX facility in Hawthorne, California in 2012. Oh, what the fuck, bro? Another notable name in the list is Sean Combs Capital. While SEC filing showed that no matches for the company, the business has previously been linked to American rapper Diddy, previously known as Puff Daddy, who has launched a number of businesses under his birth name. Oh, cool. Cool. So, yeah. You might think that, these guys are going to be really able to stop anything that's coming, but, Elon Musk got the chance, and he fucking blew it. So things are going to be going by the wayside. So where do we go from here? We got a lot of really interesting things happening in the world today. And we got even more interesting things happening with the terrorism that apparently is happening here. Because these red flag attacks, right? Like, that's what they feel like, aren't following any normal semblance of the world. Like, we have one ISIS guy, but then we have what now? A bunch of white guys doing terrorism that are pro-Trump, but then are against Trump. None of it makes sense, folks. And National Jones makes a fucking good point. What about this alleged strange fog that people are talking about? Does that have anything to do with it? I don't know. But you know what? I actually did have a video. Oh. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío! Hey, where did that video fucking go? Hey, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Speaking of fog.
He authorized Sidney Gottlieb to spray germs into the fog in San Francisco Harbor. The point was to try to infect 800,000 people in San Francisco with this germ just to see how many would get sick. And they thought that the germ would sit heavily in the fog and would linger in the air longer that way to infect more people. Now remember, nobody knew that this was happening. And I don't mean just nobody in San Francisco. I mean nobody. The CIA director didn't know it was happening. The president didn't know it was happening. This was Alan Dulles and Dr. Sidney Gottlieb. So what happened? They spray this poison into the air, and 11 people got identical urinary tract infections within the next 3 days. Now, we know that these were specific to the germ because these urinary tract infections included bleeding, but with blood that had crystals in it. Doctors were so taken aback by the fact that this wasn't just a urinary tract infection, but these people were discharging crystals from their bodies, that they actually got together in doctors' groups and talked about it. That what in the world is this? Is this some kind of a new disease? And then like magic, it just went away. And it went away because it was just a CIA experiment. In 1951, Alan Dulles becomes the director of the CIA, just like he planned to.
Yeah, dude. Tactical piss Christos. Kiriakou is definitely an interesting individual, but, you know, you asked about the fog. I got something. I have something for that, actually. I have something for that today. For the fog. I had something for that. There you go. See, sometimes I'm able to pull shit up out of the reason. Now, let's hear our good friend Elon one more time.
Free speech used to be a left or liberal value. And yet we see from, the in quotes left, a desire to actually censor. That seems crazy. I mean, I think we should be extremely concerned about anything that undermines the First Amendment. There's a reason for the First Amendment. The First Amendment...
So it's okay to be concerned about Elon Musk when he's running around saying that he cares about the First Amendment, but is silencing his critics and detractors on X and removing their monetization?
It's because people came from countries where they could not speak freely, and where saying certain things would get you thrown into prison. And they were like, well, we don't want that here. And by the way, in many parts of the world, including parts of the world that people might think are relatively similar to the United States, the speech laws are draconian.
Yep, the speech laws are draconian. Now, we've all been looking at some pretty draconian speech laws, I feel like, over the last, couple of days. Wow, look at this right here. Ketamine is a hell of a drug. I often get ketamine from Euphoric Portal during the shortage and other alternatives. I recommend that you check them out. Yeah, okay, Fed. Oh, fuck. What the fuck, man? Are you kidding me, dude? Yeah, let's just buy ketamine off the internet, guys. That's a great idea. So what can we really say or do at this point? Well, we're the media now, and right now the media really needs to take some stock here. Nothing about the attacks that have happened over the last couple of days seem to make any sense, and definitely aren't getting approval from the ISISes of the world or any of the other terrorist organizations that would normally accept responsibility for these things. And then looking into one of the events, is it an attack or is it something completely different? It feels like something completely different, honestly. Is this how it's going to be moving forward for the next couple of weeks till the 20th? I mean, January 6th is 4 days from now, folks. And isn't that when all of the people get together over at the Capitol to finalize all the election shit? So that means that 4 days from now, we shouldn't be seeing any fucking Republicans or any of that shit hanging out by the Capitol. So anybody that's over there or decides to try to overthrow anything or do anything like that, I mean, it's going to probably be a real shit situation for you. But then again, I don't know, man. I mean, it could be 3 days until the darkest day in the planet's history, the United States history, or it could just be another day. I don't know. I haven't seen any chatter that would point out to the fact that there's going to be a bunch of BLM motherfuckers and, fucking Free Palestine motherfuckers protesting in D.C. But then again, I've been wrong before. Not often, but I've been wrong before. So, I think that's it. That's all we got for you today. Hopefully, you see with a new perspective and envision on this particular subject and these trifling times that we call now. And I guess we'll just have to wait for another couple days, dude. Because right now the Capitol's all fenced up. I haven't seen a soul talking about going over there doing anything. So it's probably just going to be another day, but you never really know. Either way, thank you very much. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. See you later now. Bye-bye then. Bye. Bye-bye. Hello, goodbye. Are we to say goodnight? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.